Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. Just gonna make a quick video today. This is kind of our pre-season inspection, if you will. So I got a list of things that I gotta do to this trailer. This is if you haven't seen any of the videos before, this is a Grand Design Imagine 2800 BH, the bunkhouse. So we're just gonna do some pre-season inspection checks kind of thing. I'm not gonna do any plumbing today because it's the forecast for next week still calls for like 20 something degrees. So I'm not gonna de-winterize. But essentially what I'm doing today, it's, I kind of got my creeper here. So I'm getting underneath, making sure that the insulation, it's all, everything is in place and everything looks good. Checking around the frame, making sure there's no cracks. The frame cracks have been a lot of drama recently. I also like to typically open the underbelly in a couple spots. I don't know if you can see this through the air. I have my hands here. So I open the underbelly a little bit and I look underneath there, making sure there's nothing weird like animals and stuff like that that have made a nest or something like the like. I got a list of a bunch of things. The one thing that I also got to do, which is like the biggest thing that I do, a bunch of times during the season, is I inspect plumbing quite a bit because I don't trust it. Plumbing on these trailers is pretty nasty. It's not that well done. And then I also inspect seals. So I'm gonna be running all around the trailer, checking all these seals around here, all these seams, everything on every single light, front cap, every window around. Typically the top parts, right, the underneath typically don't have any. They have a little bit of a thin layer. Opening the slide out, doing the same thing. There's also an Eterna Bond tape that seals the roof membrane in between the edge of the slide and the little membrane that runs in the slide. That's also a typical oversight because, a lot of times you have the trailer and you deal with it when the trailer is not set up. So we'll do that. I'm gonna put some lubricant on the slide rails. Where is that at? Where's the slide rail at? Oh goodness. Oh, there we go, right here. So these, I lubricate them often and I use this thing. So I do that a bunch of times. This is cheap enough to put on. So slide out silicone lube from 3-in-1. There's also this slide out rubber seal. I will use that to open the slide and take that rubber seal that goes across the side of the slide and on the top part especially, because it's very annoying to get to and probably doesn't get enough attention throughout the year. So I will do those today. And let's see what else. So I actually did this when I was bringing it out. Where is that at? So this, also another common oversight, right? You see a lot of those tongue jacks all rusted off and stuff like that. This one had a little bit of surface rust because it was in storage over the winter. So I put a little bit of this to bring it up and down when I was bringing it up to the side of the house to do all this stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Also, the other thing that I have on my list of things to do is, and I could probably record something later. I'll probably record it short and put it in, but so that's the AC unit right there where my finger's at. Those are Coleman Mac units. That's a 13.5 BTU unit. There's a 15K on the back. So two of them back there. I will take the covers off and clean them, probably dust them off or something with a compressor or something like that. Just look at that. And then go on the roof, I look at everything, right? I typically take the Max Air covers off often enough. And then the refrigerator cover as well. I can't remove that one because I actually sealed all the screws and stuff, but I'll look underneath. It's typically leaves and stuff like that that gets caught underneath there. Let's see, what else is part of that? And then, yeah, so that's kind of what the day is today. That's kind of what we're gonna do. So it's in general inspections and things like that. Now, depending on, I know already that I gotta do some of the seals from the membrane on the edge of the trailer. Those are very, tricky to do. They're time consuming. So I might or might not do those. And then the gutter also needs a little bit of TLC because it's kind of leaking. And then we got a bunch of things, like, spider webs and things like that we got to clean off. Those I might or might not do myself. we'll see. And I live in Raleigh. There's a good group of people that do a lot of good work here in Raleigh. That do it at your house, so you can drop off the trailer at their shop, and they do a really good job. So I might not do that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of rambling now, but anyways, that's kind of the whole idea. I can put a checklist down if you need help with like what things to check. The second stage to this, if you will, would be my plumbing inspection, which I think I've done a video on this before. But essentially the whole idea there is I do sanitizing of the fresh water tank. So that's right here. So we'll bring, a funnel, and I'll put, decent amount of bleach there, a couple cups, 2-3 cups of bleach, and then 10 gallons of water or so, something like that, and then sanitizing the water lines. Now I won't fill up the whole tank. We don't use the fresh water tank that often, so for us it's not that big a deal. I just want to run some water through the pump and things like that, and I'll just drain that entirely. After we're done, we'll just flush that tank a couple times and then drain it with the and then drain the trailer entirely to kind of clean that off a little bit. But that's part of the winterizing. And then what I do at the same time is that same day I also plug in a hose to the freshwater inlet and pressurize the entire system, and then I inspect all the common points that I can. Right, I make sure there's no leaking on the underbelly, off of the underbelly, and then I check in behind the convenience center, which there's a lot of water, plastic fittings back there, which is right on the other side of this. And then in the kitchen, we also have the water heater back there. So I open the panel, the access panel for the water heater, and I will inspect back there as well. But that'll be probably in a couple weeks from now. Our first trip in 3 weeks, I think. So I gotta hurry up and do a lot of this stuff. I also gotta clean the awning a little bit and some of that stuff. Anyways, so it's a quick recap of what we're up to today. I'll make some shorts probably about some of the things that I find interesting and put them up. I just wanted to kind of provide a quick update. Thanks for tuning in.